Officer Ryan Carter was halfway through his lukewarm coffee when a flash of movement outside the precinct caught his eye. A little black girl no more than 8 was sprinting toward the building like the world was ending. Her braids whipped behind her, her cheeks streaked with tears. She didn't hesitate, didn't knock. She slammed open the front door and screamed, "Please, someone help me. I need a police officer now." Ryan dropped his coffee, bolted from his desk, and knelt to meet her. Hey, breathe. What's your name?" "Layla," she gasped, "Layla Brooks. I live on Willow Avenue. Number 88. You need to come. Right now." The way she spoke like she'd rehearsed it set off something deep in Ryan. This wasn't just panic. There was something practiced in her urgency, something that made him feel like he was walking into a story that had started long before he entered it. "Layla, is someone hurt?" She nodded. "My mom. She can't move right now. And the men there saying awful things. They're scaring her." Ryan's stomach sank. He radioed for backup, but as they walked to the squad car, he noticed how straight Layla held her posture like she'd been carrying something far heavier than a child should. Her voice was small, but sure. "One of them is Mr. Everett. He owns our house. He owns a bunch of houses." Ryan had dealt with Everett before landlord complaints, nothing that ever stuck. He was slick. Untouchable. But now here was this little girl, pulling him into something that felt way bigger than just an overdue rent dispute. "My mom said if anything ever went too far, I had to be brave and get help," she added. "Today's the day." As they pulled up to the small yellow house on Willow, everything looked normal. Tidy lawn. Curtains drawn. A pot of dying flowers still hung by the porch. But Ryan could hear voices inside low, angry, and male. Layla reached for his sleeve. "Before you go in," she whispered, "you should know something. My mom's not just sick. She's smart. And she told me to always pay attention when bad people think no one's watching." The door swung open just as they reached the steps. A tall man in a tailored grey suit stepped out, eyes narrowing. "Officer," he said, coolly. "What brings you here? You must be Mr. Everett. I received a report about a disturbance." "There's no disturbance," Everett said, waving a hand dismissively. "Just a tenant behind on her rent, making drama." "That's a lie," Layla blurted, stepping in front of Ryan. "We paid yesterday. I was there. I recorded it." Everett's face twitched. "That girl is lying. Like her mother." "Officer, I suggest you don't involve yourself further. This could become a legal issue." Ryan stuttered him. Something was off. The arrogance was giving way to something else, panic. Then Layla pulled a phone from her pocket. "My mom saved for months to get me this. She told me to record anything that felt wrong." She held it up. "I have more than the rent payment. I have everything," he said to her. The man went pale. "Where did you? Who gave you permission?" "In our home," Layla said calmly. "Mom said if someone threatens you in your own house, you're allowed to keep proof." Ryan knew in that moment this wasn't a scared kid. This was a child trained for war. He stepped past Everett, who tried to block him. "Sir, move. Now." Inside, he found Layla's mother Vanessa Brooks propped up on the couch, weak but alert. Surrounding her were folders, documents, a laptop. She looked up and said, "Officer Carter? Thank you for coming." "I assume Everett tried to spin his story." Ryan asked gently, "Is it true you've been recording your landlord?" "For 6 months, she replied. "I used to work at a tenant law office. I know his type. He targets single moms, sick women. People he thinks won't fight back. Ryan flipped through the files she handed him, statements from other tenants, screenshots of payments, time-stamped audio files. Vanessa nodded toward her daughter. Layla's been documenting it all. Outside, Everett paced on the porch. Ryan radioed in. "Get me 2 units, and contact Housing Crimes Division." "I have more," Layla said, plugging her phone into a small speaker. A recording played Everett's voice, unmistakable. "If she just smiled more, maybe we could forget a few missed payments. These women need to learn who owns the roof over their heads." Then another. "They are like roaches. One complains, the rest follow. You have to squash them early." Ryan stood frozen. It wasn't just disgusting. It was systemic, calculated, and criminal. A moment later, multiple cars rolled in. Reporters, lawyers, neighbors. Councilwoman Herrera stepped out of one and marched straight to the porch. "Everett," she said. "We have a lot to discuss." He snapped. "This is a setup. A kid and her sick mom. This isn't legal." Rodriguez, the lead detective, just smiled. "Actually, it's textbook. And you're done." Layla stood by the window, waving to the cameras. Her voice was steady. "Mom says when bad people win, it's because good people stay quiet. We didn't stay quiet." Ryan stood there, watching this 8-year-old girl dismantle a predator with evidence, clarity, and a plan. Not with vengeance, just truth. And the truth? It didn't just shake Everett's world. It started a movement. A sick mother. A little girl. And a yellow house that became a symbol. Now, tell me, was it justice or was it revolution? What do you think?